I would like to tell you how I escaped smuggling into the ghetto dynamite. This was a different time. It was on the point, the smuggling point of Plac Paresowski, and over there a group of Polish smugglers smuggled in food into the ghetto. And of course Poles, this was a way of making a living for some smugglers. Very dangerous one, because the ghetto wall was always patrolled by German, by Polish police. But in this particular place, it was the Jewish police, and the Polish police was bribed. And it was a ladder put at the wall of one side, on the Polish side of the, on the ghetto wall. And I was at that time already, I told by phone to the to my group people, to the youth, where I am going to smuggle in. And these were packages of 5-kilo dynamite put in greasy paper to look like I'm smuggling butter. Usually the smugglers paid a certain amount of money, the foreman, and he was staying near the ladder, and they gave him the money, went up the ladder on the other side and jumped on the other side of the wall into the ghetto. And the smuggle was going on, and it was my next, and I gave also the money the foreman, and I went up with my package. It was not suspicious for them. And while I was on top of the wall, shooting started. And I was on top, and shooting started to come closer. The foreman snatched away the ladder, and I was not able not to go back to the Polish side, and I didn't see anybody on the Jewish side. And I was afraid to jump, not knowing too much about dynamite, that maybe this can explode. So I was on top, and the shooting came closer, and I was sure that I am done. But suddenly, the two people who were waiting for me saw me there on top, and they made a human ladder from the ghetto side and brought me down, and we ran away just in time. So this was another time of smuggling. At that time, I remember also, while I smuggled in dynamite, it was in a factory, Pfeiffer factory, on Okopova Street, which one part of the factory was on the Polish side, where the door was. The other side, where the windows were on the Jewish, in the ghetto. And they told me that this is going to be the best way how to smuggle in. And of course, I came in, and the guide, which is guarding, was there, and he let me in, but I was having, it is vis-a-vis, opposite the factory is the Jewish cemetery. So it was a German guarding the cemetery. But I got into the factory, and he told me, he took me to the window there and told me, okay, give you package. He didn't know what I'm smuggling in, the Polish guard. But the package didn't go through the window. I have to repack this. And I started to repacking together with him, and he was terribly nervous. I was nervous too. And the people on the other side from the ghetto were calling, faster, faster, faster. And finally, made it in smaller packages, and we pushed it through. And he asked me, when I gave him the vodka, the bimber at that time, and some money, he asked me, what did you have there? And I told him paint. He said, really, paint only? I said, yes, only paint. And I went away. This was one time when I was just scared. So there were all kinds of situations where you have to act and to be alert and to have luck. Otherwise, many of my co-workers who also were doing the same kind of work, they fell, they were killed.